I don't think there's such a thing as a wrong choice. How many people come off of their diets because they made one wrong choice in food? Happiness is a choice. Ironically, as a species, we learn more from our mistakes than we do from our successes. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Big Man, Big Problems podcast. My name is Julio, and I started this podcast a while back to basically talk about the problems of being a big man. And in as much, we're making a lot of different conversations out of a lot of different things. And today I have brought back a very special guest, a friend of mine, Yvette. Hello, Yvette.
Hello, Julio. How
Say
are you?
hello to the people, Yvette.
Hello, people. How you doing? Good to see you. Good to be seen.
So
Okay.
Yvette and I did a podcast a while back, and if you haven't seen it, if you're not a subscriber, now's a great time to go ahead and hit the subscribe or like button. But we did a podcast where we answered a bunch of questions from other subscribers and viewers. And during that podcast, the subject of choices had come up. And I said this would make its own podcast. So we decided to make today's podcast about choices, okay? So let's expand on that question. Choices.
Choices.
Every day, all of us are faced with making choices. And every day we are terrorized by whether or not we made the right choice or the wrong choice. So how do you know? How do you know what's the right choice or the wrong choice?
You just got to keep doing the same, doing the next right thing, right? You always got to, okay, I go left or do I go right? Do I do the same thing or do I do something different?
So I'm not somebody that lives with a lot of anxiety in that way, I should say. So I have this philosophy, and you're going to hate this a little bit. I'm going to put it out there.
Yes.
I don't think there's such a thing as a wrong choice.
Do you mean it's questionable, not wrong? Because there are some wrong choices.
Right. Okay. So we're going to look at it a different way.
Yes.
Okay. The point is you made a choice.
Yes.
So once you made the choice, it's the right choice. And then you have to live with that choice, and you have to deal with that choice, and you have to expand from that choice.
Correct.
Okay. All right. So let's bring this a little bit to me, right? So big man, big problems. Every day as a big person, right? Your main concerns in life are what, right? Food. Okay. Eating. What should I eat? What can I eat? What would make me feel better today? Right. And I think we could all agree that we constantly make the bad choice when it comes to food. It's the temptation.
It's the temptation, but do we go with it? Do we listen to that part of ourselves, or do we say, you know what? I'm going to make a different choice. I'm going to make a choice, because what do I always say? My kids will tell you that I always say, you make your choices and then your choices make you. Yes, you can have that, but how is it going to make you feel? Coffee. I love coffee. Coffee is delightful. Coffee doesn't love me.
Coffee's a religion to the Cuban people.
I get that. And Puerto Ricans also enjoy us a cafecito once in a while, or a café con leche. However, I have discovered that my tummy doesn't always like it. So it's harsh, it's an abusive relationship. I love it and it doesn't love me.
So, okay, but you've had a coffee since you discovered this, yes?
Yes.
Okay.
Several.
Right. And then what do?
Then I regret it.
Okay.
Not at the time. At the time, it's great. It's once it hits this that it all goes south, literally.
Right. So here, you're going to make poor choices when it comes to things you drink and things you eat, right? Sometimes you're going to go into the refrigerator, right? And there's turkey, and there's this lovely whole grain rye bread that's sugar-free, which is delicious. But sometimes there's ham, and there's these rolls that, somebody brought into the house.
Fact.
And you eat that, little ham, a little American cheese, right? Maybe Swiss, some mayonnaise on that, a little bit of hot sauce, right? Really killing it, right? And then you know what? You feel great. And then you have regret, okay? But see, it's okay. Because you had that one sandwich that one day, and it brought you back to a place where you're centered and you're okay and you felt good, because tomorrow you can make the right choice.
You can make a different choice. In the same way that you say there's no wrong choices, there's not necessarily right choices. There's just making a different choice.
Exactly. If I've learned anything in my nearly 57 years of life, I know you're all shocked, okay, that this is almost 57 years old, but just call it good genetics. My dad lived to almost 99, 2 weeks shy of 99, and he still looked great, by the way.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
God bless.
All my aunts and uncles all made it to just almost 100. So I
Wow.
literally, I can keep like a little checkoff thing. Like I know how long it's going to be. But the thing is, you made that choice.
Yeah.
You lived in it. You're fine now. Tomorrow, make the right choice. To live in that kind of anxiety, like, oh my God, I ate this sandwich. How many people come off of their diets because they made one wrong choice in food and said, well, if I did this, that screws up my
Right.
diet. I'm not going to lose weight this week. So why am I going to continue?
Right.
Right. And that's where they miss the mark.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
It's
So
about making the next
Yeah.
right choice.
I have a friend who
Oh.
had bariatric surgery.
Okay.
Now, whether he should have had bariatric surgery or not is questionable at his size or
Yeah.
at his health level, but that's the decision he made.
Yeah.
And he wholly, for months, regretted making this decision.
Oh,
And would come
why?
to me and say, why did I make this decision? And I looked at him and I said, here's the thing. You made the right choice. And he goes, why do you say that? I go, because the choice was made.
yeah.
Because you made it, it's the right choice. Now we live with that choice and we make the best of what we have.
Made his choice, and then his choice made him
Yeah.
unhappy, apparently. But he made the choice, and he's got to live with it, right?
Yeah.
The devil you know versus the devil
glad,
you don't.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be
Yeah.
here.
Do you know why I'm glad you're here?
Why?
Because you and I are very, very similar creatures
True.
in the way we act, the way we talk. Our backgrounds are similar,
True.
right? But
But
I'm more on the optimistic side, and you tend to be a little more on the pessimistic side.
not always.
I didn't say always.
I know. I'm just like,
I said tend.
tend to
Yeah.
be.
I'm
To it.
nauseatingly optimistic.
Which is beautiful. You will live longer than I will.
Nauseatingly optimistic, right? I really, really like to always go on the side of, great, this happened, let's move forward.
Yeah.
You know?
Whereas I'm very practical and very, my kids complain about that all the time, going, you're the most practical person ever, blah, blah, blah.
Are you?
But I am. I'm very, very practical.
What's the most practical thing you do? Like, how do you even answer that question?
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, what do you mean? I mean, doesn't everybody, when they go to get a roll of toilet paper, get 2 rolls of toilet paper and put it there so you don't have to do it as often? What do you mean?
I
that
think you already know the answer to that question. No.
No, you don't get 2.
No, not everybody does that.
What?
No.
What are you doing with your lives? If you're there, how hard is it to go 1,
It's
2?
not. It's not. It's not at all hard.
Exactly.
It's
so
not.
why not have 2?
In fact, it'd be just as easy to get 3, except you only have 2 hands, right?
Well, not the hand thing, but the storage thing. Where are you going to put them? Do you have room in the drawers or underneath the? That's a whole other podcast, guys.
Yeah. I kind of live with the idea of, if you have a cabinet under your sink,
Yeah.
throw an entire economy Costco pack of toilet paper in there so that you never, ever, ever have to go and get toilet paper.
But then you would need to get an economy one for each bathroom.
Yeah. So this is Big Man, Big Problems toilet paper edition,
exactly.
in case you're wondering.
Big shopping,
The
big
answer,
box.
The answer to your question is, no, not everybody does that. In fact, I think it's pretty rare. Hence why your daughters say you're the most practical person. Now, there's nothing wrong with doing that,
There's nothing wrong with
but not
doing that.
everybody thinks that way.
They should.
I suppose.
Yvette's way.
All right.
the wrong way.
Last statement about toilet paper. Paper in front or behind? Like, how do you hang the roll?
Oh, in front.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when it's
Otherwise, it's like a mullet.
okay,
It's got to be in front.
So when it's behind though, and you're like at somebody's house and it's behind,
Do
you're
I
like,
flip it? Yeah.
you're like, oh my God,
Do I flip
there
it?
are psychotic people
I flip
living in
it?
this house.
Yes.
Yeah. Have you ever seen somebody take a large muffin and instead of breaking it apart with their hand, they literally just take it and take a big bite of it?
Every time I eat muffins looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
that's how I do
that
it.
is, for everybody
There is
listening,
not.
that is an inside joke
Not that inside.
that you will never get.
Right.
And I hope it's something you never actually witness. So
I feel like a freak. I eat my muffins by biting into them. It's like biting into an apple. What is the deal?
I'm not making you think you're a freak. I'm just highlighting the freakiness of that event. So, all right. So choices,
Choices.
everything in life is a choice.
True.
Right? Whether you decide to wake up in the morning, whether you decide to go to work that day,
Kind of wake up.
whether you decide to,
Oh, that's,
wake up at a certain time,
Oh, okay.
what you wear to work, the way
Yes.
you behave at work, what you pack for a lunch or what you order for lunch, everything in life is a choice.
Hoops or studs. I mean,
Yeah.
all day.
That's fantastic. I've never had to make that choice,
See,
but I
being a
get it.
woman is
But I get it. So,
difficult.
Do you normally go with hoops?
Yeah, I'm a hoop girl all
Yeah,
day long.
I
Team
can see
hoops.
it.
Hashtag hoops.
I could see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
I have all the hoops.
So everything in life is a choice.
True.
And to me, happiness is a choice, right? So happiness to me is not something that is given to you. It's not awarded because of some good deed you did. It is not something that you can even really strive for, because people that strive for success, people that strive for better opportunities, people that strive to raise their kids a certain way. But no matter what you do, happiness is always in front of you.
Yes.
You just have to choose to be happy or not to be happy in the worst of circumstances, in the hardest of choices,
True.
right? In the deepest of a struggle.
True.
You can either choose to wallow in the misery of whatever that is, or you can choose simply to be happy.
Yes.
Life, I started this by saying in my 57 years of life,
Yeah.
if I've learned one thing, I've learned that everything in this world is balanced. Everything in this world is good and bad at the same time. Everything here, you can't have good without bad, right?
Dark
You
for the
can't have
light.
dark without light.
Yeah.
There's no up without down.
Yes, true.
And really, it's your perspective of the event
Half full,
that
half empty.
guides. No, but that's 1,000% correct.
Everything is balanced.
Everything is balanced based on perspective.
All right, I see that.
Okay.
I see that. I have to sit with that one for a bit.
I understand where you're going with it 100%. But let's look at it in terms of a diet.
Okay.
Let's look at it in terms of, like, what's the hardest part about being on a diet?
You want all the things you can't have? That's my biggest. As
Well,
soon as they tell me, here's the 4 things you can't have, that's all I think about.
that is
what do you
absolute
mind?
human nature, right?
Oh my gosh. why
Yeah, the
can't I
worst
have
thing
it?
in the world for you is chocolate. Then you want chocolate.
want
You want
chocolate.
chocolate cereal.
I want coffee.
You want chocolate. Yeah, all you want is chocolate. But to me, the hardest part about being on a diet is and has always been
Mhm.
the meal prep.
Oh, true. Okay, yeah.
It's always been
That's
the
a
hardest thing.
beast.
There's this irony about wanting to be healthier and wanting to, that, especially someone like me who, I'm not going to lie, I got some food issues. Okay. I mean, I'm obsessed with what, me, you've known me for years.
Yeah.
Food, I'm obsessive with it in all its capacities.
Yeah.
Right. But then they say to you, listen, you need to stop being so food obsessive.
You're like, okay.
So how do I do that? Well, what your first thing you're going to do is you're going to get out a pad and a pencil, and you're going to make a list of all the things that you're going to eat.
Yep.
And then you go to the grocery store and you meticulously go shop for every food item that you need, because they sure as heck ain't in your house, right?
Not today.
And then on top of that, you need equipment, right? So now you need a scale. Now you need measuring cups. Now you need storage containers, and then you had to spend your entire Sunday fun day. You had to spend your entire Sunday prepping all of those things, right? So here you are making meticulous portions of everything you want to eat. You spend your whole Sunday, you got your fridge full, right? And the way you make it easier on yourself is you make multiples of the same thing. So by Thursday, you want to throw whatever it is you made on Sunday out of the damn window, right? And you're staring at this, your life, when you start to eat healthier and you start to organize your food, it becomes more of your life. But none of the stuff you want.
Not necessarily. I mean, there's healthy choices. There's alternate choices. There's ways to be smart about what you're eating. And I will say, when I do, I don't want to say do, but when I do actually do my meal prep on Sundays, it's, you make that decision and I'm going to eat this 5 times this week instead of me having to think about 5 different times. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? What's for dinner? That's life. That's marriage. That's adulting. What's for dinner? Forever. And it's exhausting. So I think there's value in meal prepping, menu planning, meal prepping, shopping, doing all of that ahead of time. So that way I don't have to think about it or making the same thing or making like something basic. And then today I'm going to have it with cauliflower rice. Today I'm going to have this with this, and just maybe changing it up that way so that I don't want to throw it out by Thursday.
Okay. So you're saying it's just depends on the choices that you make.
Correct.
Is what affects how you feel during the process.
During the process, yes.
Mm-hmm. So same process.
Yeah.
You're just putting more thought into your choices.
Correct. But I'm making one choice once for the week instead of having to make 5 choices. Because there's going to be leftovers. There's going to be, I ran out, did that, whatever.
So your meal prepping is just for lunch, and then you're making dinners at home?
Depends on the week, depends on what's going on, of where we're going to be.
Yeah.
But generally there will be either make food and have a leftover for, dinner, and then tomorrow's it's lunch, or had it for dinner and then we're going out for lunch. It just depends. Life is complicated.
Oh my God, life is so complicated. That's why we do Big Man, Big Problems podcast, because life for people like me is complicated in just another way, right?
True.
That's the interesting about people who have something other than something that's normal, right? Whether you have somebody with special needs at home, or you have somebody who's larger, or you have somebody that has an illness, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
We have all the same problems as everyone else.
True.
We just have this on top of it, which tends to add sometimes some bitterness and some feelings and some what's the word I'm trying to look for?
Complexity?
No, not complexity, but added guilt and stress.
Stress. I don't know about guilt.
Yeah, and judgment. There's judgment involved. But here, when you're a big person, right? People notice what you eat for lunch. Oh my God, I don't go to a buffet. And God forbid my plate's overfilled. Because then you got to look like, oh, well, see, now you understand. That's why.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't think about that.
While their plates
are also
well,
full.
you don't, because you don't deal with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, fair. I'll give you that.
Yeah. It's like, I said in an old podcast, you don't know what it's like. Like if you've never were in a wheelchair, you don't know what it's like to be in a wheelchair.
Correct.
If you're somebody who wasn't, blind or deaf, you don't know what it's like because you've never lived that life,
Yeah.
But you notice a lot of people like that, they make the choice to live their life anyway. And really it's the other people who are being judgmental, who are the ones suffering in that, because we're okay.
Yeah.
Because, I make the choice to be okay. I choose to live my life without regret. That's how I move forward.
That's
right?
good. That's good.
So if I choose to eat healthy, if I choose to have a bad meal every now and again, at the end of it all, what I'm going to choose first and foremost is I'm going to choose to be happy, because I think that is what we all deserve as people.
Amen.
So when it comes to making choices, go out there, make your choices, okay? Not all your choices are going to be completely acceptable to the world. Not all your choices are going to be completely acceptable to your doctor or to your trainer at the gym, or even to your spouse, or even to your fancy Puerto Rican real estate friend who you love dearly, okay? They're not always going to be great, but they're the choices that you make.
True.
And when you make that choice, live with it. If it was a bad choice, you know what? Next time, just don't do it.
Exactly.
Right?
Next time, do
if
better.
you made a choice and it was like the greatest choice you ever made, you get faced with that again, you're thinking, hey,
hell yeah,
I've been there before. Ironically, as a species, we learn more from our mistakes than we do from our successes. So if we don't make bad choices, how are we going to grow?
True. Hashtag know better, do better.
Yeah. So listen, everybody, please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, tell your friends, tell your family. Big Man, Big Problems podcast is here for you. Hit us up on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and we'll catch you on the next podcast.